with pictures. And that's what we were kind of joking about because Lynn was trying to get out of the shot.
Of course.
Yeah, it's not going to work. Jeffrey's going to make you get in there. So you can see yourself right over here, so you can wave to yourself if you want. And, no, nobody's waving to yourself? There you go. So it is FFA Day, and on the second Friday of the month, we're going to meet FFA advisors and students. And Lynn Kaufman is with us to get it all kicked off and started. Thanks for doing this.
Yeah, no, thanks for having us. We're really excited about the opportunity to let the community know what we're doing every month. And just a good way to kind of showcase the hard work of our students.
Yeah, so when did you become the advisor for the FFA?
About 5-6 years ago, I moved over from the English department and came out and have been doing some of the ag classes. I still teach 2 honors English classes, so it's a really weird combination, but I love it and it fits me, and so we've been doing that ever since.
Yeah, and you were in the FFA when you were in school and
Yes.
showed animals and all that?
I did. I grew up here. I was a big member of the Artesia FFA chapter. I was a state FFA officer. I showed animals. I competed in events. So it's kind of nice to give back to the community that prepared and shaped me.
Well, good. Well, who did you bring with you today?
Today I brought Jordan Hamill.
Hi, Jordan.
Hi.
And Drezden Pinson.
Hello.
Hi, Drezden. How are you?
Good.
Good. How long? Let's start with you, Jordan. How long have you been in 4-H and then FFA? Or?
So I was never in 4-H, but I started FFA 7th grade year in Dexter, and then I moved here to Artesia, and then I've been here in FFA ever since.
Okay. And what are some of the FFA activities that you've participated in?
Yeah, I've participated in really everything that we have. The creed, speeches, opening, closing ceremonies, like everything like that. And then I'm also a state officer right now.
Okay. State officer?
Yes.
So you have to campaign for that, or?
Yeah, kind of. And we go through a nominating process, and New Mexico picks who they want. And so I'm currently serving as District 5.
Okay. Well, congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Have you shown animals over the years?
Yes, I show steers and horses.
Okay. Well, horses at the Eddy County Fair is kind of a new thing.
Yes.
Did you participate in that this year? Or?
Yes, I got reserved this year, so I was pretty excited for it.
Okay. And your parents and brothers, sisters?
Yes. So my mom's Kim Smith. She's a retired elementary teacher here. And then my dad's Mark Hamill. He works up in Roswell. Then I have 2 older brothers, Garrett and Tanner Hamill, but they never came here. They are always in Dexter. But one works for the county and the other one's a lineman.
Okay. A lineman for the county. That's a song reference there. You probably don't know anything about that.
No, I don't.
You can look it up on your Glenn Campbell, lineman for the county. That's the song you know.
Okay, I'll look it up.
Drezden, let's introduce you. How long have you been participating in either 4-H or FFA?
So I was in FFA or 4-H for a number of years, and then I got into FFA 8th grade year, and it's really shaped me in my life a lot. I used to be pretty quiet and shy, and I'm sure Ms. Kaufman can attest to the fact of how much that's changed. And it's just been a really great program. One of my favorite competitions I ever did was Parley Pro, kind of because I like to argue just a little bit, and it's been a really fun time getting to learn how to speak publicly and everything.
Yeah, no, I can always tell FFA students when they public speak because they project and you can hear and enunciate, and as opposed to your typical shy student. What are some of the other activities that you've participated in FFA?
So other activities I've participated in is I did Creed my second year. I really regret not doing it my first year, but I managed to do Creed the second year, and that was a really fun experience. I also did Quiz Bowl, which is just knowledge based on FFA, and I'm a really big history person, so it was fun to learn the history of FFA and our organization. That was a lot of fun.
That's great. And have you shown animals?
Yes, sir. I show dairy heifers and chickens, so kind of both ends of the size spectrum, but you know.
Breakfast.
Yeah. just need to show a pig in there, I guess.
Well, that would be the rest of it.
It'll be complete.
You got the milk, you got the
plate.
eggs. Yeah, so we just need some bacon, and then we'll be good to go. Oh, that's fantastic. What grades are you guys in?
We're both seniors.
You're both seniors this year. So have you thought about what you're going to do when you graduate, or where you're going to go, or?
I've been really passionate throughout my time in school about firefighting. I'm a volunteer firefighter, and that's something I really want to go into as a career, and that's where my path is going.
Well, you have a fire and rescue ball cap on today, so you really are looking at doing that. Have you? How close have you been to any of the? Have you been able to volunteer or help out with some of the crews?
Yes, sir. I've been involved since I was 14. My brother was actually a volunteer firefighter, and he introduced me to it. And he's always been a big role model in my life, and I've always wanted to do everything he's been doing. And I've been able and been very lucky to have a lot of good mentors and be really involved with it and learn a lot.
Well, that's good. Well, good luck to you on that. Jordan, what have you been thinking about doing?
So I want to go to Tarleton State. It's up in Stephenville, Texas, and I want to major in animal science. I'm not for sure what yet, but I know I want to do something with animals.
Okay. Be a vet or research, chemicals?
I think the research part of like the AI and like the embryos and all of that, I think that's kind of what I want to go into.
Okay. Now, AI is not artificial intelligence.
No. It's
You're going to make robot chickens is what you're going to do.
For sure.
That'd be great. No, just in breeding and all that kind of...
Yes, sir.
That sounds kind of exciting. Why'd you pick that college, if you don't mind my asking?
So my steer breeder's daughter-in-law works up there, and she let me go tour the campus, and I kind of just fell in love immediately with it. And so then once I fell in love with it, I was like, okay, like this is exactly where I want to go.
Yeah. How big a town is you said Carrollton?
Stephenville.
Stephenville. I'm sorry. How big a town is Stephenville?
Well, it's a D1 college, but it's not that big, I don't think.
Yeah.
So.
I didn't know if it's like the big city compared to Dexter.
No, no, nothing like that.
Yeah, well, that's great. Well, let's talk about some of the events that you have going on. Lynn was telling us before we went on the air that unlike football, basketball, soccer, which have seasons, FFA has competitions and events all year round.
We do.
Yeah.
Every month of the calendar year, we have something.
Okay. So, and I think, is the state fair next week?
Yes, so we have 10 students who are going to be traveling to Albuquerque mostly tomorrow to show their animals for their SAE projects. And so they're going to spend the time in Albuquerque exhibiting their livestock, and the goal is to make the sale on Friday.
And that's probably pretty tough to be able to do since you've got students and animals from all across the state.
Yes, it's a very tough competition, and there are, I don't know the exact numbers of animals, but there's a lot of animals, just to compete, and then they'll turn around and 3 weeks after that and show their animals in Roswell.
That's right, Eastern New Mexico State Fair. Now, do you have some that skip the state and just go to Eastern,
yes,
or do both? So
yes, there are students who skip state and go to Eastern, and then there's some who go to state and Eastern.
Yeah, but none that go to state and not Eastern?
Not usually,
yeah,
unless they only have a few animals and they make the sale and they sell that animal at state fair.
Yeah, then they're done with that project.
But so. Roswell is just so much closer. It's just a lot more convenient.
Yep, and we get to video there, so
yes,
yeah,
yes, and we appreciate that.
We don't, we're not big fans of Albuquerque.
Well, and it's nice because my other teaching partners and I, we kind of rotate who's going which days, and then we can turn the shows on the TV in the classroom and accomplish two things at once.
There you go. Yeah, we're happy to help out with that.
I love it.
Fundraiser. You have a fundraiser going on right now. So what are we doing with that? Who wants to tell us about the fundraiser?
So we're fundraising through Riverstar Farms right now. We have a wide selection of hickory smoked bacon, and bacon's one of the main ones. We have the kolaches, which are very popular. My personal favorite. I mean, I always remember my brother bringing those back when he was fundraising in FFA, and I love those things. And yeah, we're raising money. As we say, we don't really have a specific season, so we have a lot of competitions and a lot of expenses taking kids to travel, and we're blessed to have this community that's so supportive of us, and excuse me.
That's okay. So the funds raised help pay for the travel expenses, yes, and security in the parking lots and
Yes. We call it our meats and treats fundraiser. When I started school, I think I had 11 or 12 voicemails on my school phone asking when we were selling bacon.
Okay.
So it's a popular item. So we're going to sell that through the 19th of September, and it'll be delivered early October, and then we'll go from there.
Okay. So do you call a student?
Sure. Contact a student, or you can find Artesia FFA on Facebook or Instagram and send a message, and I'll put a student in touch.
Okay. Now, do you have a competition, Jordan? Is there like some kind of prize for selling the most bacon, or?
Yeah, we do actually have a competition, and then the winners kind of get announced at banquet that we have. So we just try and sell the most, and whoever sells the most gets a buckle that says that they sold the most. And so we always compete in FFA. It's always like a main thing with us. So right now it's really competitive because we have a lot of high sellers. So
okay, how are you doing in the?
I'm doing good. I've sold like 25 items.
Okay.
And which I think is pretty good. But then we have kids that are selling like 50 and 60, and so I'm not as good as them, but I'm at least selling my half of what I need to sell.
So you have a minimum you're supposed to do, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so you got to at least do that. Drezden, how are you doing with the sales right now?
I'm going a little slow, to be honest with you, but
He still has till the 19th.
Yeah.
He'll come on strong.
yeah, I'm keeping up. I'll get my mom the business my mom works at and everything, but it's always crazy to watch. I'll be running to the next class after ag to get my next teacher to get them with their fundraising stuff, and then I'll look at the paper and somebody's got 50 items sold already. I'm like, you just got the paper. What happened?
Well, you guys have the advantage now. You're on the radio.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then we're going to post this on the social media later. So do a sales pitch for us. Tell us why they should buy from you.
I deliver. No, but it's really just to help our chapter out. We have a lot of kids going. National Convention, that's coming up in October, and we have a lot of kids going there, and we need help getting expenses for that. It'll just be grateful to help us out.
Okay. And Drezden, do you want to make a sales pitch right here, or you want Jordan to get all the sales? It's okay.
Sorry, I'm not much of a on-the-spot salesman, but yeah, it's a really great thing to buy into these young kids in their community. We are fortunate to have very, very good ag teachers that help us be very successful. So we are going to a lot of competitions out of state and a lot of different things that we need to raise money for. So this would be a great way to get some really good food and support your local community.
There you go. So
beautiful.
Good pitches there. You mentioned nationals.
Yes.
Where will that take place this year?
So National Convention is going to be in Indianapolis in October.
It's there every year, isn't it?
It is yes.
Mm-hmm.
We actually have to compete virtually at the end of September to do a lot of our practicums, so that's kind of a change. We went to the virtual stuff during COVID, and it's kind of interesting because they're keeping some of the virtual events, so we're going to do a lot of the practicums virtually, but we'll still travel to Indianapolis and compete.
Have they announced any of the big speakers that are going to be at National?
No, not yet.
So, but they usually have some.
They usually have some good speakers and some good concerts. We can register on the 14th of this month, and then so we'll know all the details then.
Okay, so today is order your new iPhone day, and then the 14th is get your tickets booked for. Not that any of you want to get a new iPhone, right?
I didn't know a new one was coming out.
Every year.
I know, every year.
And every year you get one, and or if you have one, every year you go, now this is junk. So it's crazy. Well, good. So have you picked? Has it been decided who's going to get to go to National this year?
So typically we take the students who win a state contest to nationals. So this year our ag communications team is competing.
Okay.
We have Maddie Mancha. She won the Illustrated Talk contest last year, so she will be going. Peyton Nipkamp, he won the Ag Education contest, so he'll be going. And then Kalen Klein is receiving his American degree, so he'll be going to accept that.
Excellent, excellent. Well, they need to take all the state officers, don't they?
The state officers do get to go, so she'll
Yeah,
get to travel
so-
with New Mexico FFA.
Yes.
Well, good for you. Well, thank you so much for coming in. We're running out of time. Jordan Hamill, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Drezden Pinson, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And Ray Lynn, thank you for coming in.
Thank you for having us. We're
Yeah.
really excited about the opportunity.
See you guys next month.
Awesome. Thank you.
This is KSVP Artesia,